Hello and welcome back to Skill Learn. In our today's video, we are going to continue our Excel charting examples, and this particular video is about speedometer chart. Okay, so we are going to talk about how do you create a speedometer chart in Excel is the area of focus today. Now you would say that, Rashid, what do you mean by speedometer chart? So here, if you'll see towards your left, this particular chart, it is called as speedometer chart. Okay. Now, what does this chart generally does? Depending upon the value that you enter in this particular cell, which is actual value, this entire this speedometer, the needle of the speedometer is going to either move towards the right, or either it is going to move towards the left. Okay, so this is how the speedometer chart actually works. Now, how we are going to create this speedometer chart is something that we are going to understand. So let's say if I make this 70, okay, so can you see the speedometer chart moved? If we make it, let's say 15, then the speedometer chart goes to the red section. Now you might say that, hey, like you have said that like this speedometer chart would be created, but what is the benefit? So the benefit is that, let's say your target was like if you're creating a dashboard for your sales team and your target was, let's say, to achieve 70% or 60% or 55%, but you have only achieved 15%. So when you use this speedometer chart in the like within an Excel dashboard, so it becomes really, I would say, representable, and it visually it's very good. Okay, so that's why we use the speedometer chart. Now, how do we create the speedometer chart is something, let me make you understand. Let me erase these all. Right. So here, if you'll see, I have first added few data here. This entire data that you get to see. So anything, like anything which is equal to 20 or less than 20 is considered as low. Anything between 21 to 50 is called as medium, and anything which is greater than 50 or equal to 100 or less than 100 is called as high. Okay, so this is what the measuring parameter is. Now, in order to create the speedometer chart, we need to actually create two different charts. Okay, first is a donut chart and second is a pie chart. Now let's try to understand that how we are going to actually create this. Now here you will see what I've done is that I have I have some data points here to create the donut chart. So this is 20, so the low value I have added here. Then the next is 30. So 30 value that I've created, what I've done is that I have subtracted 50 minus 20, which is B3A6. Then in the third column, what I've done is that I have subtracted C3, which is 100, minus B6, which is this one, 30, minus A6, which is 50. And then this last one, which you get to see, is the total of this entire. Okay, so this is what we have created. Now let's create a donut chart together. Now you select the data, go here, and under the insert pie chart, you have an option here which is called as donut chart, right? Click on it. The moment you click on it, a donut gets created here, or donut chart gets created here. Now, are you able to see that how is it appearing? It's almost, if we don't have this entire section, let me highlight it for you. This entire area, if it is not there, if you remove it, so it actually looks like this entire position looks like almost a replica of this, right? So what we are going to do is that we are going to actually make it look like this. And how we are going to do is that, let's understand together. What I'm going to do is that first let's remove the unnecessary elements. So the like we don't need these legends, right? Then we don't need the chart title. We are going to delete that as well. And we currently, if you'll see, this is horizontal, right? So basically it is horizontal, and currently if you'll see, this entire area is vertical. So we need to rotate it, right? And how we are going to rotate it? We select it. Okay. After selection, just right click on it. We have format data series option. You open the format data series option, and under this you have angle of first slice. And now just make this angle of first slice to 270 degree. Okay, so 270 degree. The moment you come out, now can you see it got rotated? Now the next part is we need to select this particular individual element, which is this one. Just select it. Okay, now it's selected. What we are going to do is that we are going to go here and click on no fill and no borderline. right? The moment we did that, can you see it got removed? Everything got removed. Now we need to make this particular color as red. Okay, so we select it, come here, say no line, right? And then we change the color here. So we'll select this particular color, which is red. And then this orange color that we have, let's make it this orange, which matches our entire thing. And then we click on no line. Then we select the green, and I think it's very dark green. Let's make it a little lighter on shade. So let's use this one. Okay, now can you see it looks exactly like that, exactly what we were actually looking for ourselves. So here also we don't need no line, we just need to mention that we don't need any line. Now can you see the entire the dial of that entire is created, the entire speedometer chart, the dial is created. Now we need to create the needle of it. Now how we are going to create the needle? So to create the needle, we again need another type of chart. So let me just move it move it to a different place. And then we are going to now create a pie chart. Now to be able to create the pie chart, what we need to do is that we need certain data in order to create the pie chart as well. So what I have done here is, if you'll see, let me make it 50. Right. So what I've done is, the value that I'm going to enter here under the actual value, okay, based upon which this needle is going to move. What I've done is that I have subtracted 2 from the actual value. Okay, so if you make, let's say if you add 20 here, so this 48 will become 18. Okay, so what I've done is that I have subtracted E3 minus 2. Okay, then I've added 2 here, and then I've created a formula of 180 degree. Okay, 180 degree movement. So that is something that you need to understand here, because this entire dial is 180 degree, right? And this 2 is the size of the needle, and this 18 is the value movement that we are doing. Okay, so this is how you are going to create the pie chart. Now let me select this entire data, click on insert, and under this we are going to select a 2D pie chart. Now the moment you select a 2D pie chart, can you see a small line here, this orange line? This actually becomes your needle. Okay, so let's delete the unnecessary information from here, delete the chart title, delete the legends, no need of it. Then again we are going to select it. Okay, and let's try to remove, like we don't need any fill here. Okay, so no fill is required, no line is required. Then we're going to select this area. Then here also we don't need any fill, we don't need any line. Then we're going to select this smaller one. Here we don't need any line, right? So these all are already done. The needle is now almost created. Now you would say that, Rashid, how we're going to actually align these? Before aligning, we need to remove the background of it. Okay, so before, how do you remove it? Select this entire chart, go to format. Okay, or like you can do it from the format as well, or simply what you can do is that you have a shape fill option right here, so you can just fill something, or you can just say no fill as well. You can use it, or you simply right click on it, and then if you'll say click on format chart area, then also from here you'll be able to do it. Okay, then you select no line option as well. The moment I do, can you see it is now appearing as nothing is there. Okay, only the line is appearing. Same we are going to do with this particular chart as well. So we are going to click on format, and from here shape fill, remove, and select no fill. Parallelly, we don't need the outline as well. Okay, so the shape outline also should be no outline. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to merge these two charts together. So first select this one, click on control, and select the second chart. Now the moment you select these two, can you see you have an option here at the top which is called as shape format. The moment you click on shape format and click on align, so first you need to bring it at the top. The moment you bring it at the top, both the charts are aligned together. Now the second option that you need to do is that you need to align it towards the left. But before you do the alignment towards the left, okay, so I am currently aligning it, but before you do the alignment, you also need to ensure that this entire speedometer, currently its angle is not correct, because remember we had rotated this entire thing to 270 degrees. So same case we need to do with this particular dial as well, right? If you don't do that, then in that particular case it is not going to work. So then right click on it, click on format data series, and convert this into 270 degree. Okay, so convert it into 270-degree. Now the moment you do that, now the dial has moved to 270. Now this is the actual way through which you need to do it. Okay, now hit control, select these two chart, go to shape format, and then align it towards the left. Okay, the moment you align it towards the left, can you see now it has properly aligned? Again, if I zoom in, can you see it is almost overlapping to the red area. Now what we are going to do is that if you change the value from 20 to 21 and hit enter, can you see it has moved a little bit? If you make it 30, then it goes to the medium area. Then if you make it, let's say 70, then it moves to the green area, right? So this is how you create the speedometer chart. Okay, I know this is a little tricky and you need to practice again and again in order to make it, but this is how you need to make it. Okay, I hope you have understood about the speedometer chart.